What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. We got another round of videos of me basically just yelling and hating on other content creators. So some of y'all's favorite content. That's not actually true. I do go into these good faith and always, every day, hope for the best for humanity. Unfortunately, we love to get views, so we'll do whatever it takes to get views. So what happens is, whatever you guys send me, if you send it to me on Facebook, I'll send it to myself on Facebook, so they're all in one place. If you send them to me on Instagram, I typically send them to my Instagram account. So this is from my Facebook account, so I won't be able to tell who sent what, but I get so many emails, so many messages through social media that I just pile them up, and then after they've been going for a while, then we go through them all. So we'll go through quite a few of the Facebook ones today.
Watch KD. Watch.
One of my favorite content creators. So I actually get this a lot. You guys ask me, what do I think about Pat Dorr? As a person, I don't know. I've never met this person. Might be a great person. He's probably awesome, but I do have an issue with the way he does these breakdowns.
KD. Watch KD. Look, swipe. Stop. Who is he talking to? Brad Beal, Josh Okogie. Tells Beal to slide down. Tells Okogie to stay right there. And so what this is going to allow KD to do is get right to his spots, because since he created more space on that right wing by taking Brad Beal to that right corner, he's able to get to his best pull-up, which is a dribble pull-up going to his right side where he goes left, right, and now he brings it back into his shot fade over the top.
So my thing is, what can you get out of that? Whatever he just said. Honestly, the way I would explain this to keep it as simple as possible, let's mute him for a second. So my biggest issue with Pat is he just overcomplicates everything. So if I was watching this play, I'd say, okay, so KD's going to call for an ISO here. So KD's calling for an ISO. Now KD's teammates are spacing out so that KD can ISO. KD gets into his dribble moves and he goes full speed right. Just crossover, full speed right, doesn't have a shot fake, gets on balance, and then he just happens to be 6'10", so he can elevate over the top. Yeah, there's nothing to break down here. KD just called for an ISO. There's two things going on here. So most of Pat's content, he just watches the NBA and then in as many words as possible explains to you what is happening on screen, but there's no in-depth of like, why did this work? Why did this not work? Like, what was the play? What was the offense supposed to do? What should the defense do? What's going to happen next time? Basically breaks down, just like overcomplicates just very simple plays. So that's the first thing. The second part of this is the other part that I just don't like about online content creation when it comes to basketball very much. It's exclusively NBA stuff. So even this breakdown, let's say you fully understand and it made you understand the NBA better, it's not going to help you understand actual basketball better, like high school or college or any other level you're trying to play. So you can't get anything from this to become better. And it also doesn't prepare you or help you at all analyze or break down a game. So yeah, for me, it's just, I guess, a little self-aggrandizing, just patting yourself on the Pat Dorr, patting himself on the back. What we got here?
The go-to is, it ain't no hezzy pull.
Yeah.
The go-to is 1-2 dribble bang, I'm fading baseline. You cannot do nothing about it. So you start being relentless with the work ethic. You go into the gym. People used to hate working out with me. I'm doing the same shit over and over and over for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shoot here until I get this.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow I'll come back and go to the next block.
Yeah. This is super underrated, and I felt the same way when I used to work out. I had quite a few teammates. Every year I'd get 1 or 2 teammates come down during the summer. They'd do a workout with me, and then they would just never come back and work out. A lot of my workouts were very boring. It was very basic. What I tell you guys, like the stuff you need to work on is the stuff you need to be working on. I do my weight room stuff 1 to 2 hours a day, and pretty much same stuff every week. I'd rotate my stuff weekly, but I would just do up the weights or up the reps the next week. So it's boring. It's boring. Just get stronger every week. That was my goal. But then on the basketball court, same thing. If I'm doing volume shooting, I'm keeping track of my shots, and it's like just make a few more next week or tomorrow or the next day, whatever. Just build it up slowly. When I'm working on a move, I might lab out a move for the entire summer and just work on the one move and the one counter. And I just might be like, hey, when I come back next year, I just want to have this one move under my belt. Everyone wanted to do like follow the leader stuff. They wanted to do a lot of the fun stuff you see online. And when I was playing overseas, that's when I first started like really seeing it become popular. It wasn't a big deal then. Now it's like everyone thinks that's what training is. It's just the stuff you see online. But exactly what Melo's saying here, just work on one thing until you become the master of it, and then work on the next thing, become the master of it, and then work on the next thing. It's boring and it's basic, but like that's what it is. Yeah, no secrets.
If you struggle with your mid-range game, I know your pain, but I also know the solution. You want to go ahead and start with your pickups on the way.
We all know how I feel about Kyle Travis. I think he does similar to what Pat Dorr does with the NBA breakdowns. Kyle Travis tries to take any skill and just talk about it and use as many words as possible, but it doesn't show you how or why or anything. But he's always got a program to sell you.
Way up.
At the end of this, it's going to say, just post this and type this and I'll automatically send you a link. Something like that. That's every video he has is trying to sell you a thing.
Go ahead and get your hand underneath the basketball. Next, you want to be able to prep your feet. Quick hands and quick feet. Then you
This is supposed to be teaching you how to shoot a mid-range jump shot, by the way.
want to work on
Doing everything but a mid-range jump shot.
your elevation, being able to rotate and control your body in midair. This goes along on the same line as the last one, but you want to be able to square in the air. If you
It's the problem, right? This is exactly the Peter Danielov approach. Like, just show, oh, you want to get better at mid-range jump shots? Let me watch what Shea does, and then tell young kids that that's what they need to get better. You want to get better at shooting mid-range jump shots? You go do what Melo says. Just go shoot 1,000 mid-range jump shots. Boom. Secret. No, you don't even need to send me your email address, and I won't try to sell you a program. That's free. Oh yeah, someone sent me this, and it looked interesting. I just wanted to watch.
And 2 wings in the
Is Jerry Stackhouse teaching a 4-out motion
corner
or something?
Our big is not really involved as much right now. You're just trying to stay away from the ball. All right, this is a simple action. More here. We want
Oh, this might be some flow concepts.
2 guard here. This is your area.
Yeah, this is kind of the new style of motion that you'll see worldwide, and I've kind of talked about this briefly on one of my Patreon I don't know, a video a long time ago, but the post player nowadays, typically you're playing opposite the ball. You heard what he said. He was like, you're not involved right now, just try to stay away from the ball. The reason for that is we want driving lanes, and when we watch that 62-point T-Mac breakdown, you'll notice, like, remember what did post players used to be taught? Like, follow the ball. But Brendan Haywood's in the middle of the key, and Gilbert Arenas can't drive to the basket now, so it just clogs everything up. So if you have a dominant, and I mean dominant post player, they can probably follow the ball, wouldn't mind that. Or if you have a player that knows when to be on the ball side and post up, that's when you want to post up. But other than that, like, your post player should be opposite the ball. That way, when you get drives to the basket, we can just drop it off for the score. If we shoot threes, they're there in rebound position. But you can do plenty of off ball stuff, like back screens and different actions off the ball and different things to bring them involved. Like, the post player can lift up to the top of the key and face up, lift up to the elbow and face up. This is just like very
and we got our
Jokic-like.
corners. And it's an easy concept. You want to think about any pass made across the top is an exchange. Any pass made to the corner, we're cutting to the opposite corner, all right?
This is interesting. Everyone has kind of their different rules. I like teaching this to where you give the players all the reads. They can make any read they want, but this is a cool set of rules. Sometimes it's like pass and screen away. Sometimes it's pass and cut. Like, you only know these old motion concepts. Now, with the post player inside, there's just a bunch of different rules and different actions you can go to, but I don't mind this for like a base setup. I use this style. Pass across the top is an exchange. Pass to the corner is a face cut. I use this to teach shell drill. It's really good for defensive concepts. So offensively, that's all you're allowed to do. Pass and cut, pass and exchange. But what it does is it teaches the defense how to move off the ball, how to so do your shell drill where they're just stationary, and then put this as the next layer for shell drill. So this is really good. We're not going to look into that too much. That's more for me personally, I think, to look at. What else we got? Oh, we got another Pat video.
Catch, look, wipe your shoes. You better cook now, right? But peep what he's about to do with the deception. Point it off. Look at the defender though. Look at his head. Turning, looking to where he's pointing, waiting for his screen to come up. Because a big guard the screen, you're like, man, I can't do this. I got to make sure I'm ready. But guess what? All that just for me to pull this shot while you sat 8 feet back.
Again, for me, I'm like, what is that? You're just explaining what's happening. And this is where a lot of our basketball discourse goes. Like, He's just saying what's happening on screen. But I mean, that's a guard on a big, and the big is sagging off, so he decides to shoot it. It's all that happened. All the other stuff, whatever. I hate how I have to go find these every time. Oh, another Kyle Travis. You guys like Kyle Travis?
Every coach tells you to hold your follow through, but no one actually tells you how to do it. Let's look at the elbow.
Are kids having a problem with this? Is this a problem we're seeing? No one knows how to hold the follow through? I've never heard that. They know how to do it.
If your elbow is at eye level, you want to go ahead and place your elbow above your eye.
When you do your follow through, you don't want it facing this way. That's bad. You want it facing this way.
Secondly is going to be the hand. You've heard of hand in the cookie jar. You want to go ahead and reach in for that chocolate chip cookie. This is going to ensure the most accuracy for your shot.
This is going to ensure the most accuracy for your shot. That's not true. The follow through is nice to have. It's nice to go to learn and try to keep, like, envision what happened on your shot.
And the cherry on top is to release the ball off of these two fingers. Now you hold it with your whole hand, obviously, but these are going to be the last two to touch.
Depends what type of shooter you are. I don't shoot with those two fingers. We talked about this a lot. For me, it's the middle finger, but I use all three of these as my shooting finger. So it's going to be either less of this one and then those two, but it's going to leave this one last, or it's going to be less of the index and then these and then that one last. My hand is not perfect every single time, especially because I'm shooting off the move, shooting fadeaways, dribble pull-ups, like all these things are happening. But for me, it's just as long as it leaves that middle finger last. This is terrible. This is terrible advice. This is for Kyle Travis to get views and to sell you more of a program. This is why when I post these things and talk about these trainers and people will say, oh, but they're really nice guys. I don't care. I don't care. He probably is a nice guy. This is not an attack on his character, but how many kids, how many of you actually out there, you can put it in the comments, how many of you have been taught the wrong way to shoot and it's held you back months, years, or like wrecked your shooting form? I've heard so many of these stories over my career, over my life, that it really pisses me off. I really hate this part of the industry that, oh, I need a video out today. It doesn't matter if it's accurate. It doesn't matter if it's going to help or if it's going to hurt. I just need the views, and I got to put something out so I can sell a program. That to me is so insidious with the industry, and that's why I made these channels, so we could call this stuff out. This is garbage. This is ridiculous. He might be a great guy. I can't get behind that. Oh, another Kyle Travis. Great. Here we go.
So I failed at shooting until I learned this. So many coaches tell you to use a lot of legs, and so I did. I would use a ton of legs until I could use it no more. First off, using a ton of legs just takes way too long. You don't have that much time. Secondly, you don't have to tell someone to use legs. Everybody naturally uses their legs when they shoot. When it comes
What is this? What is this? You guys like this content?
shooting with range, you have to move.
Yeah, use your legs. And a lot of kids they try to twist their body to get more power, but they don't realize like the power will come from your legs. This is super important to use your legs. And he's done this in both videos now. He's made it like the average human that wants to get better at basketball is a complete idiot. While yes, we overcomplicate things and they need direction, you can't just like when a coach says use your legs and I get down in a squat and I have to overuse my legs and it reminds me of those videos, those products where they try to sell you something. Do you have trouble walking up the stairs? And it shows someone trying to do such a normal thing like walk up the stairs. And he's like, oh, I don't know how I ever get up these stairs. And it's like, buy these new shoes and they'll help you get up the stairs easy. That's how he sells his videos. Coaches tell you to use your legs. Oh, coach, but if I use my legs, that takes too long. This is garbage. I can't
that
believe
ball quicker. I can use as much muscle as I can to get the ball to the rim. So strength alone is not going to get your ball very far. Shooting the basketball is all about momentum. If I simply move this ball faster, it's going to go further. You look at someone that shoots a half-court shot. They don't shoot it. They try to move that ball as fast as they can. So how do we learn to move the ball as fast as we can? First off, eliminate your legs. You're going to find out that you don't really need a ton of legs. You're going to find out quick how fast you need to move the basketball. And you're going to find out how far you could actually get that ball without using your legs. You'll be surprised with how strong you really are. Notice how fast the basketball moves without using my legs. And notice how slow the ball moves when I use my legs.
So coming away from this, it's like, oh, don't use your legs when you shoot. What is the point? What was the goal of this? What was the goal? To get kids not to use their legs? What we got next? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much Kyle Travis I had built up in my.
Here's the secret. So this is the secret not many talk about. I go all around doing basketball camps and I ask players, what do they aim for? 99% of the time, they'll say the rim. Believe it or not, there's some players that aim for the net. And that's exactly the reason why players are missing shots. Not because
I thought he said the reason people were missing shots is because of their legs. But then he said you're missing because you're not following through. We're going to have to do an investigation. Why are people really missing shots?
Because they're aiming for the net, but because they're aiming for the rim. Now I'll say, what part of the rim are you aiming for? Most players aim for the front of the rim. Some players aim for the back of the rim. If I aim for the front of the rim, no wonder why players are missing short. While some aim for the back of the rim. No wonder why they can't hit. And the net, obvious.
Really? So some kid comes to you at a camp and misses a shot and you're like, ah. See, the problem was you hit the side of the rim. You're not supposed to hit the side of the rim. It's supposed to go in the net. Like, it's supposed to go in. It has to go in through the top. And that kid goes, what? I had no idea. No one's told me that before. Thank you, Kyle Travis. Thank you for, can I buy your program? Like, duh. Like,
This is not a bullseye, it's a basketball hoop. So if you aim at it, you're not gonna score. The ball must simply go over the first obstacle. Common sense, right? But many players are still aiming at this. It's important to train your target to be 2 inches above the front of the rim. Train your eye to aim 2 inches above. Now the key is you don't wanna have a large target. This rim is 18 inches in diameter. So if you're aiming at one part of this hoop, it could be completely off. You want to go ahead and lock in on one of these loops and aim 2 inches above. If you aim big, you're going to miss big. Aim small, you're going to miss.
Guys, what are we doing? What is this world coming to? Is this good content? Is this, maybe that's why I just make these videos. I just freestyle them. I just open up a basketball video and I just talk. We just talk about basketball. I talk about what I think is good, what I think is bad. And then you guys are like, man, this is the best content I've ever seen. And I'm like, I get it now. I get it why you guys think my content is so good. It's because you've been watching these guys for too long.
Champions do daily what everybody do occasionally. You just do it daily. You're not extraordinary. You just do
the ordinary things extra. I've heard him say this a lot.
The ordinary extra. That's it. That's what separates you.
Yeah, I think that's what we talk about every day, right? It's what we talk about literally every day. Like you guys want the secret sauce or the secret skill thing to get better. And it's like, no, you just have to be better at the normal things. Be better at making shots, better at making passes, be stronger, be in shape. Okay, first of all, when we're talking about leagues, what rules do they normally play by? Because a lot of people go by like gather steps and all that. This is already the gather, okay? So 1, 2. I think in any league, I think if that's high school or college, like that's a travel, right? 1, 2 into a jump stop. I think you can just go. Actually, hold on. Let me. Because the gather, yeah. I don't know. What do you think? It's not a travel because of how high he jumped. That doesn't matter. But I think his gather. Oh, here's another one that you guys have been asking about. I've seen his name a bit. I haven't really watched his content. Hold on. Eyes opposite of jab. This is the Danny Cooper guy, right? Eyes opposite of jab. Eyes facing jab direction. Wait, which one is he saying is better? Master your jab step. I make you better at basketball. Follow me. Everyone does this. I'm not gonna lie. Good drills has like a good catchy slogan, right? I post good drills. Follow me. But everyone's trying to take their slogan. Master your jab step. I make you better at basketball. Follow me. We're so good at slogans, but we're so bad at actually being able to do the thing, right? Ball goes opposite first. Ball goes in straight path. What is happening? Oh, so he's saying he's doing it better. Hold on. All right, let me watch this. No, I think eyes are a huge part of it, and also I don't think this is a great jab step. I think if you're teaching it, this will happen in a game, but I think when you're teaching it, just like we talk about a lot, game slippage, right? I think the best type of jab step you can do is one that looks like a drive. So your jab step, you should be trying to step past their foot. So it's just a shot, a pump fake is just a shot you didn't take. A jab step is just a drive you didn't take. Like it should look the same. So your jab, looking like you're jabbing, should look like your drive, but then you can lead it into your crossover. Like, so whatever you would do on your drive, you should do that on your jab. So for me, I don't think this matters, looking away and then jabbing. I think looking like you want to drive there is the best way to drive, is the best way to jab. In the same way how I cross people, like I look like I really want to go that direction, and then I cross and go the other way. I think the best way to sell it is with your eyes. I feel like he's got that backwards. But again, there's not very much explanation there. We'll check out more of Danny Cooper's stuff in the future. Let's watch a few more. You guys sent me a lot of Pat Door's stuff. Oh, this is another all-time favorite. I see this guy all the time. I think his stuff is terrible from what I've seen online. This little fake, for some reason, this is like, his channel does really well, but I think it's because he's one of the first people that started doing a lot of stuff, especially overseas, like this.
Yeah.
So he teaches this like pickup, hesitation, like that's his whole thing is teaching that. But these are all different moves. So that move right there is different than hang dribble, which they end up doing third. To me, when you're teaching something, like I just said, they should all look the same. So your hang dribble shot should look like your hang dribble drive, should look like your hang dribble crossover. All of these are different moves. So that's not a hang dribble. So hang dribble left into a pull up, hang dribble left into a pull up, left into a hezo, left into a hezo, right. I want to show you. I want to dive into more of his because that's probably the best I've seen as well. But a lot of his drills, especially when he does the camps with kids, it's complete nonsense. Oh, Steve Daggs, really like Steve Daggs stuff.
If we were going to chart like every game, if you had like one stat that was going to chart like how productive and aggressive you were, what would it be?
This past year?
In general, for you as a player in general. Paint touches.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to say. Paint touches, like that's a stat that you don't get, and we speak about this all the time, right? Like if you can get 2 feet in the key consistently, you're probably playing quite a bit.
Like, yo, nobody can stay in front of you. So I guarantee you the games where you had your best games, where you got the most paint touches. You know what I mean? Where you impacted the game the most. Like that was really good. You went from, hey, shooting threes a lot in the last drill, like first 4 possessions, it was paint, touch, finish, right? And then it's paint, touch, kick. You know what I mean? Let's go same thing other side.
Yeah, Steve Daggs, his stuff is really good. I haven't really seen much from him that I all those Pat Door videos got me sneezing. I haven't seen much from Steve Daggs that I don't agree with. He's exactly right. Like we oftentimes, especially as players, we'll look at our best games and we'll look for the games we scored the most points. But typically, if you look at the ones you scored the most points, it's either going to be because you shot the most or you shot a lot of free throws. So maybe the referees were just calling a lot of stuff that day. Those are 2 things that aren't necessarily in your control. Sometimes it's just playing against bad defense or your teammates were getting you open, whatever. But you can also see, well, what are the things we can control that dictates if we have a good game or not? And especially for guards, paint touches is probably one of the main ones, and that's why people chart deflections as well, because it's something that doesn't go in the stat sheet. But your best defensive games are probably the ones where you had the most deflections. But you'll look at steals and blocks and be like, I didn't play well defensively, but it's like maybe you had a lot of deflections that led to turnovers. Man, every time I've got to skip like 6 or 7 Pat Dorr videos. I hate this trend, this travel or clean, because it's rage bait, it's clickbait, and it just gets people to engage. It's engagement farming, but it's more like, show me, you tell us what's legal. That's what content should be. You tell us. You shouldn't be able to just post something and be like, type down below what you think, and then never have to own up. The amount of times these guys that post this have been wrong about something, but then they'll just never admit it, and they'll just go post another video, post another video, post another video. I wish when they posted these, if they got one wrong and actually pointed people in the wrong direction, I wish there was some way that they got like a check, or like, hey, this person is 70% accurate with their basketball teachings. So everyone can see when they click on their videos, oh, he's right 70% of the time. But instead, we're just to assume they're right 100% of the time. So that was the gather, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. That's not legal anywhere, is it? Like, that was the gather. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Travel. It's a travel. It's a travel. Like, this is the gather. Right now it's gathered. This is the gather. 0. So that was the 0 step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hate what this has become. It's a travel. And people will go, well, technically, actually, it's not a gather until you put 2 hands on the ball. That's not true. And the fact that we've gotten to this point where we start saying stuff like that is clean, that's why I'm here. Okay, we got to pull back the Overton window on basketball. It's gone too far this way. We need to pull it back the other way just a little bit. What else we got? Fix this to break ankles instantly. Hell yeah. I want to break some ankles. I've got to mute this, otherwise I'm getting copyrighted. I've seen this guy's stuff before. I haven't watched enough to know if he's good or not, but I actually think the kid did a pretty good job. Again, I think this is too much to be teaching kids at this age. It's a fun thing to do, don't get me wrong, and it's fun for them to work on. This would not be a big part of the workout for me if I was teaching kids. This would be like, we'd do this for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just for fun because kids want to do it. But I wouldn't make this a big teaching point. I certainly wouldn't be putting it online. But that's good. That's really good. That's really good. I think going a little bit more towards the basket would be great. But this right here, what he's about to teach, this is almost like a sham god sort of thing, but it doesn't work against physical defenders or good defenders. He's saying, see, you're in an athletic stance facing the basket with your shoulders square. You don't want to do that when actually this is how you want to play. You want to play in this athletic, like, I can go right, I can go left, I can shoot it. You're basically triple threat with a live dribble. Obviously not standing straight up like he is, but I want you to get here. That's not crossing anybody. I don't think you're going to the corner. You're going to the wrong basket, buddy. That's not good. This is not good. I wouldn't do this. Wouldn't recommend it. Your shoulders got to go with the cell. I just don't believe that, especially a good defender, that if they've got their hand on your hip and they're pushing you. We've seen this play out how many times in our one-on-ones. If there's contact, if you're playing against a good defense and your shoulders are facing this way, if you get bumped, where are your shoulders going to go? Further that way. If you're squared up and people hit you either way, if they hit you on the left, you can still go straight. If they hit you on the right, you can still go straight. You're still in control. You're in an athletic, strong stance. I think this is terrible. Is that a move that you can use on your own? The kid still did it wrong, but did it kind of right. I hate what we're doing to the young generation. This kid's got handles. He's on balance. He's shooting from 3. Like, these kids are elite. They don't need to spend more time doing this sort of stuff. They don't need to do this. They're already good. Let's teach them fundamentals and IQ stuff so they can really have like bright futures. This is disappointing to me. All right, we'll go one more video here. Who is this?
Here's Kobe. Spins, comes back.
Yo, check out Kobe White's move here. Notice how when he spins, he gets down on 2, pivots back, getting his weight back to that back foot, pulling the defender out, so he's able to get to the rim.
That's all it was. Another guy just telling you what's happening, but also this is a travel. We'll play it.
Back.
Yo.
So we'll play it. So this is the pivot, right? So pivot, lifts his pivot foot, slides. Those slight, I know someone's going to jump on here and go, they don't ever call it if your pivot foot slightly slides. That's what I'm saying. I think it's a problem that we just like, this is the best league in the world and we just constantly allow like travels and carries. Again, it's fine. Because these guys, if the refs started blowing whistles tomorrow, they could adjust. They're good enough to adjust. The problem I have with it is now there's thousands of trainers and coaches that they exclusively watch the NBA and they play 2K and then they go out and train and coach kids. That's the biggest issue I see with it. I don't really care about the NBA too much. The NBA is gonna NBA, right? You put the best players in the world in a league, it's gonna be good no matter what. But I'm looking at the downstream effects of that, what it has. That's the frustrating part for me. So we'll end it there. Yeah, this turned into just another episode of me being an old man making fun of online coaches and content creators, which is what I do. So yeah, let me know what you think. Like, do you like the direction that our content around basketball is going? Do you think we need more channels that just talk basketball, kind of what we do, or do you think we need to do some more entertainment breakdown sort of drills or whatever? I don't know. What are your thoughts? I like to get a good feel of what the casual fan or the audience thinks over than what I just think. I don't think I'm the only one that has a good opinion on basketball. I think there's other people that can help me change my opinions or help me learn and grow too. So if you have different thoughts, please let me know down below. Otherwise, keep sending me videos and we'll keep getting through them. Yeah. See you guys in the next one.